From the southwest of Sardinia, a proposal for peace and sustainable development. Sulcis Iglesiente, in the southwest of Sardinia, Italy, is a beautiful territory, both from a geological and naturalistic point of view, and from a historical, cultural one as well. Unfortunately, it is also wounded by severe unemployment. Like all areas where there is a shortage of work, it has also suffered environmental assaults of various kinds, in exchange for employment. Meanwhile, the reclaiming of the areas abandoned by mines and metallurgical industries is slow. In 2001, a factory of explosives previously used in the mines was saved from the crisis by converting it to the production of bombs for aircraft. At the time, there was a great protest by citizens and institutions, also because the added benefits to employment were minimal and at the cost of increasing the war effort. Protests were silenced with the reassurance that the production would have been in line with Italian standards and intended only for defense purposes. In 2010, the property that until then was owned by SEI with a French majority was acquired by RWM Italia, based in Gedi, Brescia, Italy. The property was solely owned by the German giant Rheinmetall. It has a profit of over 5 billion euros per year. In 2015, following the clashes between Houthi rebels and the forces of President-elect Hadi, a coalition led by Saudi Arabia started a bloody war in Yemen. Journalists uncovered that some of the bombs regularly dropped on homes, hospitals, aqueducts, and the humanitarian convoys came from the Domus Novus Iglesias factory in Italy. The bombs were sent to Saudi Arabia via roads, ports, and airports from Sardinia. We became aware of the tragic role of our territory in this war. The UN defined it as the main cause of the greatest humanitarian catastrophe worldwide since 1946. Because of this, we got the local community involved and connected with national organizations that work for peace. Combined with the 2017 Sardinian Run for Unity, we promoted a public and collective reflection entitled Peace, Let's Talk About It. From the stage in the main square, we invited anyone interested to a meeting we were having the next day. Within a week, a committee was formed made up of more than 20 organizations. It grew rapidly and was in constant dialogue with institutions, trade unions, and employers. There was a significant news coverage from national and foreign newspapers, including the New York Times and Italian and European TV stations.
The images of those children and people who were massacred by the bombs that were produced by RWM at Domus Novus did not leave us indifferent.
November 18, 2015, Cagliari Civil Airport. The final products bear the RWM Italia insignia, a multinational company based in the province of Cagliari, Sardinia.
This is the civilian airport in Cagliari, where bombs are about to be loaded on a cargo plane leaving for Saudi Arabia. They were manufactured in this plant by RWM Italia. RWM Italia, our Sardinian subsidiary of the German group Rheinmetall, is the most important economic enterprise in the area. Since it became public that the bombs produced here end up in the cities of Yemen, Domus Novus has become famous as the City of Bombs.
Allein 2015 lieferte RWM Italia Bomben im Wert von 12 Millionen Euro nach Saudi-Arabien.
Here's one shipment we photographed in Sardinia's main port in December 2017. And here's the very same ship just after it docked in Jeddah 1 week later.
We are on the road that leads from Iglesias to the RWM Italia SPL plant. A third of the plant is located in the territory of Domus Novus, and the remaining two-thirds in Iglesias municipality. Behind me, you see the Sardinian branch of RWM Italia SPA. It is a company based in Gedi in the province of Brescia. It is a subsidy of a German group, the Rheinmetall. Here the bombs for aircrafts are produced annually by the thousands. They are sold almost completely to Saudi Arabia. In 2015, journalists uncovered that the bombs dropped in Yemen were produced at Domus Novus by RWM Italia SPA. We were dismayed. We felt a bit like those German and Polish people who lived near the concentration camps, yet were not aware of what was happening.
They are bombing in Yemen as we speak. We feel compelled, first of all, with our conscience, to continue in this just, noble, and necessary battle.
We strongly believe that the right to work cannot be put into conflict with the right to life of others.
Sulcis Iglesiente is among the poorest areas of Italy, and the company has become a lifeline for many unemployed people there. As a result, the right to work has become one of the thorniest knots of this story. A few weeks ago, also the Bishop of Iglesias spoke out on the subject. In his document, Monsignor Zeda used very strong words against what he called a job that kills.
In its social doctrine, the position of the Church is that of non-acceptance of a work that serves to procure death rather than life, rather than growth. It becomes difficult also to enlighten the conscience of everyone on this front. We know too well that faced with the poverty due to unemployment, we have to be sensitive to their situation. At the same time, we cannot be creating excuses. That is, we cannot accept this situation without asking ourselves if there are no other ways, no other solutions.
While the bishop and the committees were moving for a radical change of the company, the RWM had asked the municipality of Iglesias to authorize an expansion in order to build a test field. The request was submitted to various offices of the city, but the mayor and his majority party had taken a political position.
City Council created a ruling reaffirming their adherence to the general principles of striving for a world of peace, as well as finding alternative development models. The town of Dominus Novus differed in their position. They considered it appropriate to make the employment aspect prevail.
Although the RWM is in breach of a law, 185 of 1990, that explicitly forbids the selling of arms to a country at war, we are not in battle against the employees of RWM.
From the beginning, the committee decided to fight for the conversion of this factory and the safeguarding of all jobs.
Work must give life, it must not give death. That job is unhealthy because we know the result of the bombs was the massacre of children that are not different from our own.
Our island, which used to be called the Island of the Sun, is now called the Island of Bombs, and this I cannot humanly accept.
The RWM Conversion Committee is made up of more than 20 different organizations, associations, institutions, and many private citizens. It is in favor of disarmament and a new development of this territory.
From the beginning, we understood that it was a matter of putting together two fundamental rights, the right to life and the right to work. Even if these rights were to be exercised in different parts of the world, for us they had the same value.
I am part of RUAS, a unitary anti-fascist network of the Sulcis Iglesiente and of ANPI, National Association of the Partisans of Italy. I have decided to take part in a personal capacity in the RWM Conversion Committee precisely because of my anti-fascist attitude.
I am Elizabeth Green, pastor of the Baptist Church of Carbonia of Sulcis Iglesiente. Our small church is a founding member of the RWM Conversion Committee. We are a very old Christian confessional minority, and we have been in this area for more than 100 years. Therefore, we share the fate of the entire population in this territory.
I joined this committee to protect the Domus Novus Iglesias factory as a workplace mindful of the article of the Italian Constitution which declares that Italy repudiates war.
There is an increasing awareness within the committee that we must move from standing by, defending values, political pressure, spreading awareness of the problem, etc., to direct actions from an economic point of view, focusing on direct actions that affect economic outcomes.
Since May 7, 2017, the RWM Conversion Committee has dedicated itself to the deepening of various aspects: technical, political, environmental, ethical, and cultural involvement of the population. It also involved the local administration and the church. The last major event took place on May 5th and 6th, 2018, with a conference of journalists interested in peace and 2 public meetings which involved citizens. On this occasion, Bonjan Gamal, a young Yemeni, came to Sardinia to testify that because of the bombs, our need for solidarity has also crossed thousands of miles. Bonjan also asked the mayor not to forget Yemen. The next day, during Run for Unity 2018, in the presence of the mayor, various associations, numerous citizens, and many young people, a commitment was sealed. Pope Francis talks about a world war in pieces. With our action, we want to contribute to build a world peace in pieces. We can all do it, each one starting from our own corner of the planet.